You are standing in the middle of the Sahara. Dawn. The sand is cold, almost gentle, brushing against your bare skin like it's welcoming you in. You take a step, then another, and somewhere in the next hour, without warning, that same sand turns into something that wants to kill you. The sun climbs. The ground starts to cook. Temperatures underfoot climb high enough to blister skin in under 60 seconds. There's no shade for miles, no water in sight. Just you, your bare feet, and a landscape that has been trying to injure feet for 4 million years. And here's what should stop you cold. For most of human history, this wasn't a nightmare. This was Tuesday. Now your brain wants to explain that away fast. It wants to say they didn't know better. They hadn't invented shoes yet. They were waiting for someone clever to figure it out. Forget that. Erase it completely. Because the truth is the exact opposite of what you were taught. Bare feet were not a gap waiting to be filled. Bare feet were the original technology. Before there was ever a shoe, the human body was already the shoe. Here's the proof, and it's stranger than you think. Your foot has 26 bones, 33 joints, over 100 muscles and tendons, all crammed into something smaller than a paperback novel. A full quarter of every bone in your body is sitting below your ankle right now, this second. And in the center of that structure is an arch, a coiled spring that flattens when you land and snaps back to launch you forward, recycling a massive share of the energy in every single stride. No other primate on Earth has one. A chimpanzee's foot is basically a hand with delusions. Yours was engineered for one obsession: distance. But here's the part nobody expects. That machine came with its own armor built in. In 2018, a team at Harvard studied people who'd walked barefoot their entire lives, fully expecting to find thick, dead, numb calluses. What they found instead broke the assumption completely. The callus protected against heat, against stone, against thorns, and underneath it, the nerves still worked perfectly. Full sensation, full feedback, total protection and total awareness at the same time in the same tissue. Put on a modern shoe and you trade one for the other. Your ancestors never had to choose. And this is where the story gets stranger still. Humans are, pound for pound, some of the most terrifying endurance machines the animal kingdom has ever produced. Not fast. A squirrel would humiliate you in a 100-meter dash. But over hours, in brutal heat, across open, unforgiving ground, almost nothing alive can outlast us. There is a hunting method still practiced today called persistence hunting, where a human simply keeps a faster, stronger animal moving through the heat of the day until its body gives out and it collapses, unable to cool itself the way we can. Imagine that for a second. A human being, alone, with nothing but bare feet and stubbornness, running a wild animal into the ground. In 2010, researchers filmed exactly how barefoot runners move, and it upended everything. Strap on a cushioned shoe, and you tend to slam your heel down first, sending a shockwave straight up your leg with every step. Strip the shoe away, and the body lands on the middle of the foot instead, soft, controlled, absorbing the impact like the spring it was built to be. Left alone, without a single piece of modern engineering, the human body protects itself better than the products we built specifically to protect it. So sit with the real question now. If bare feet were armored, sensitive, spring-loaded, and built for a lifetime of relentless distance, why did anyone ever cover them at all? The evidence is not where you think it is. Shoes don't survive. Leather rots into nothing. Woven fiber disintegrates within a generation. For almost the entire span of human existence, there is no physical shoe left to study, not because nobody wore one, but because time erased every trace completely. So one scientist, a paleoanthropologist named Erik Trinkaus, stopped looking for the shoe and started looking somewhere no one expected, inside the bones themselves. Wearing a supportive shoe takes work away from your toes, and across enough generations, that absence reshapes the skeleton, thinning the smaller toe bones in a way you can actually measure. Trinkaus traced that exact shift backward through the fossil record, and the number he landed on was around 40,000 years ago. Let that number breathe for a second. Modern humans had already existed for over 100,000 years by that point. We were painting on cave walls, carving figurines, burying our dead with ornaments meant for an afterlife. And the entire time, according to the skeleton itself, the feet stayed bare. Now watch how far this actually goes. Every surviving shoe ever discovered on Earth comes from somewhere brutal. A bone-dry cave in Oregon holds sandals nearly 10,000 years old. A mountain cave in Armenia holds a single leather shoe, packed with grass, laced with cord, older than Stonehenge, older than the pyramids. A glacier in the Alps held a frozen man for over 5,000 years, still wearing bearskin soles and deer hide, stuffed with grass for warmth against a cold that would kill a barefoot traveler in hours. Ice, rock, frozen ground. Every single one of the oldest shoes on Earth comes from the edge of the world, the places our feet were never built to survive. That's the answer hiding in plain sight the entire time. We didn't invent the shoe because our feet failed us. We invented it because we got ambitious enough to walk into places that should have killed us on sight. The shoe was never comfort. It was never fashion. It was a passport, smuggling a warm-blooded tropical animal into terrain it had absolutely no business surviving. But there's one thread left, and it's the strangest one of all. Bones and leather only take the story back a few tens of thousands of years. Footprints go back millions. Actual impressions of feet, pressed into ancient mud and volcanic ash, then somehow, impossibly, turned to stone. And when scientists go back to read the oldest of those tracks, searching for the faintest trace of anything ever wrapped around a foot, they find a set of prints so old, so strange, that they may rewrite everything you just learned about when this story actually begins. And that trail leads somewhere almost nobody expects. We're going there next. If your brain just got rewired a little, hit subscribe, because this channel goes down these rabbit holes every week. Drop a like if the toe bone detail got you. And in the comments, tell me this. Would you survive one day, barefoot, in the world your ancestors lived in?